Ever since I was young, my favorite moments in wrestling were when wrestlers acted more like animals than people. Whether it's in a match or promo, I enjoy a good tweaker. And I'm not talking about when a wrestler acts crazy, I'm talking about when they are genuinely crazy. The 80s were perfect for this vibe just because of all the coke going around, and Macho Man Randy Savage is the undisputed GOAT of that era. I mean, everyone has a favorite Macho Man promo, and my favorite one is at This Tuesday in Texas. Yes, that's a real pay-per-view name. Yes, it is ass. To give some context, Macho Man just fought and won against Jake the Snake Roberts, but Jake unleashed a brutal post-match attack where he, god damn, that's a long sentence, where he DDTs Macho Man 3 times and slaps Miss Elizabeth in the face. As you can imagine, Macho Man is distraught to say the least.
The greatest Elizabeth, the greatest Elizabeth, you understand that? The greatest Elizabeth, Snake degraded her, yeah.
But that's not even close to how crazy people acted in the 90s. These steroid injections made wrestlers do stuff that we still haven't seen to this day. Who the fuck let Scott Steiner bring a real tiger to the ring? He's walking this big cutie like a dog. I bet he doesn't even think this is badass. He just brought some personal pet from home to the arena for support. And you know what? I think the steroids made him mentally sharper too. Obviously, we can't forget his incredible math skills. Guys, who? Get this poser off the top result and get my king Scott Steiner the respect that he deserves. And what's crazy is that he's still wrestling to this day. He's old as hell, still tweaking like he's 25. But the best part is that wasn't even the craziest shit of the decade. In 1999, the Big Boss Man was basically Homelander. We all remember that shocking visual of him getting hung from the Hell in a Cell by Undertaker, but honestly, he deserved that shit. His feuds were always absolutely diabolical. Get this, the Big Boss Man is a heel and the Big Show's dad dies. They're in a feud. So what does he do? Tell him that he's a failure to his dad, use his father as mental warfare. No, he crashes the funeral with the largest speaker on a car, talking shit, runs over the Big Show and steals his dad. That's evil and sick on its own, but I would say his beef with Al Snow was so much worse. Big Boss Man was holding the hardcore title and Al Snow faced him in a match. Big Boss Man won. Only problem was that after the match, Big Boss Man stole Al Snow's dog. However, in an act of great empathy, Boss Man told Snow that he would personally hand the dog to him as long as he came to Boss Man's hotel. At the hotel, Big Boss Man decided to feed Al Snow before giving the dog back. Snow reluctantly agrees to eat, but after a few bites, it's revealed that Al Snow was tricked into eating his own dog. The Big Boss Man murdered a dog, cooked it, and fed it to its owner. This isn't even some heel work. This is some shit that the Joker would do. Hanging was the least of what this man deserved in 1999. And now for the era of painkillers. Those things really had wrestlers thinking they were invincible. Rey Mysterio really let Big Show smack him against a ring post like a baseball bat while strapped to a stretcher. You really think modern day unmedicated Mysterio would do that? Hell no. Everyone during that time knew that their pain would go away as soon as they got backstage, so they did the craziest shit possible in the ring. That's what made Perk Angle the undisputed GOAT of the decade. He's so legendary that entire videos have been made on Kurt's alter ego, so to touch on the subject a little bit, I'll just give you a little preview of his craziness. If you want to hear someone talk about him more, watch Wrestling Gifts video on him. Everything that I want to say about Perk is said by that creator. Now, the 2010s was kind of a weird decade. Truthfully, not as much tweaking was happening and drugs weren't as rampant, but that makes the rare tweaker even more special. To me, Brock Lesnar is the clear winner of this decade. He literally came back just to destroy little kids' hopes and dreams. You like John Cena? Fuck you. He'll still win, but Brock is gonna make him bleed and break his body before the 3 count. You like Undertaker? Well, I certainly hope that streak didn't matter to you because he's going to make Undertaker his bitch. You like the Yes movement? Well, here's a glorified 20-minute squash match. And you know a man is crazy when their scream is iconic too. If you're a wrestling fan, you 100% know what Brock Lesnar sounds like when he's screaming. He was just an outlier in every sense of the word. Nobody was built like him. He was fast as hell and he was crazy in every single match. But unlike the 2010s, the 2020s decade is really hard to pick from because of the surplus of tweaking. There's no big drug scandals yet. It's just these fuckers deciding to go crazy on their own accord. You could either go off of in-ring actions or storylines, but either way you want to go, everyone seems to be mentally unwell. In AEW, Darby Allin is easily the biggest tweaker in the ring. I think this stunt was dumb as hell, but what rational human is doing the glass panel spot? This is the type of thing a man does if they don't care about their own life. I suspect that we'll get a sad documentary in 20 years talking about what made him do this. Speaking of sad, remember the pandemic era? I love and hate this era, but I only want to talk about what I love about it for now. I mean, just think about the match that Bray Wyatt had against John Cena at WrestleMania 37. In kayfabe, Bray Wyatt casually dragged John Cena through all alternate dimensions. He did all of that because of a petty feud they had a few years ago. Who does that? And are we not going to talk about the attempted murders that went on this year? During Money in the Bank, Baron Corbin just casually tossed Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black off the roof of WWE HQ. He was willing to kill for that contract, and you know what the worst part of it was? This fucker didn't even win. He killed my GOAT for no reason. And that's not even the worst that happened to Rey that year. His son turned on him and Seth Rollins gouged his eye out. What the hell was the pandemic era? I'm just glad we are where we are now. And for my last entry, I'll leave it up to you guys. In the modern day, who is the biggest tweaker? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. Be sure to like and subscribe. I love you all. I am out.